Hey guys, it's Mantis from Mantis Music, and today we are going over this, the Heavyocity Punish Knob. Hey guys, it's Mantis from Mantis Music, and today we're going to be looking at the Heavyocity Punish Knob. I've used this plugin on quite a few occasions. I like it because you can add a little bit of warmth to all the way to a good amount of compression and drive to whatever signal you send through it. And I like a lot of the Heavyocity stuff. I remember when Native Instruments and Heavyocity collaborated and made the program Damage. That was kind of like my first introduction to the Punish knob sort of thing. And I love how it sounds on that, especially when it comes to cinematic sounds. But it also is pretty versatile, and you can use it on a lot of other things. Since then, obviously, they made the Punish knob available without using it in Damage. There is a bigger brother version of this plugin that's it has more extra bells and whistles. So if you guys want to see me review the bigger brother version of this plugin, let me know. But today we're just going to go over it. It's literally just 3 knobs. It has in, out, and then it has the punish. So I put together a few examples here, and we get to see how it sounds. And I'll play around with it on a few different things so you can get an idea of what it's doing to the signal. Anyway, so right now I have it on the drums, and you get to hear how it sounds while I play with it on the drums. I am using a Drum Forge for this as a drum machine. So yeah, let's play around with it and see how it sounds. Okay, right now I have it all the way down. Slowly increasing it. You can hear how it kind of warms it up a little bit and tightens up the signal. The drums definitely sound a little tighter, and a lot of the background ambience starting to pop up a little bit more. Now I'm going to really push the signal. Yeah, you can see how this would sound great with cinematic stuff, especially when you really push it hard. But I think for the drums, you don't need that much, at least in this case. Like somewhere around like here would sound like this is where I would use it personally, because I think it sounds pretty good right here. It's got just enough drive and still enough compression. Yeah. Like, I really like the sound of this compressor. Especially the compressor part of it. I've always had good luck with it on many occasions. So yeah, let's hear how it sounds on guitar. Okay, now I have it on one of the guitars. I centered the signal so we can hear it directly in the center. Yeah, so let's play around with it on the guitar and see how it sounds. Definitely tightens up the signal. Yeah, it definitely gives it a nice tight sound to it. Obviously, you'd put an EQ after this and kind of go through it and notch down some frequencies and bring up some other frequencies, but it definitely gives it a nice tighter sound. It also brightens it up a little bit too, which I like. So yeah, that's what it sounds like on guitars. Now bring it over to bass and you can see how it sounds on a bass guitar. Okay, now I got it over to the bass, and let's see how it sounds. Now when I start really increasing it past the halfway point, you can really start hearing the drive it adds to the bass. Definitely brings up the highs in the bass frequencies. In the bass signal, I meant. So yeah, that's how it sounds on the bass. I do like how it really gives it a nice compressed sound and brings out the high end of the bass a little bit. And yeah, definitely past the 50% point is where you start on this signal. At least you start hearing where it starts really driving the signal. So now let's hear how it sounds like together on a whole mix. I have it already on all the tracks. Like you'll hear it without it, and then it'll unbypass, and you'll hear it with everything how it sounds. So yeah, let's do that example really quick. There we go. Now now you can see where I have it on the drums, the left guitar, right guitar, and the bass guitar. Let's see how it sounds. So yeah, that's how it sounds when it's in a little bit more of a rough mix, really. But yeah, you can see how it tightens up everything. Like everything all of a sudden just like gets tightened up and it clears up a bit more. Yeah, I've used this plugin on, like I said, quite a few occasions, and it's usually giving me good results. So yeah, if you ever need, like, you're in a pinch and you just need, hey, I need a little bit of a compression and drive signal type of thing going on, this is usually a pretty good go-to. That's really it. It's the plugin that only has 3 knobs, and it really kind of adds warmth, compression, and drive to the signal. And yeah, like I said, if you ever want to see me do the bigger brother version of this plugin, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a review on that one. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Anyway, this is Mantis from Mantis Music, and like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.